Hello everyone, welcome back to Do Reviews. It is I, James Scott, your host. Today we are here to mute the television, first of all. We will be using that later, but first and foremost, primarily, we are here to talk about the Citrus Blackberry Mountain Dew Game Fuel. It is purple in color when you can see the liquid. And as per usual, it was released alongside the tried and true Game Fuel flavor, the Citrus Cherry, which has been a part of every Game Fuel promotion, I believe, since its inception back in 2000 something or other. Around the time of, I think, Halo 3, and one of the earlier versions of World of Warcraft, I think, is what they were promoting the first time they introduced it. But yes, this time we have the Citrus Blackberry as the companion flavor to the standard Game Fuel. I've never actually done a formal review of the original Game Fuel, but if you're curious, my rating of it is quite high, probably like a 9.5-ish or so, especially when I'm in the mood for it. It's kind of an oddball flavor. It's not really super accessible flavor right away. You kind of get used to it, but it's something I drink a lot, not while gaming in middle school and high school, but actually while writing stories. I found it to be a good inspiration booster, so drink a lot of Game Fuel in my teen years and beyond, but it's not around year-round, usually. It's usually only around maybe once every other year, at least in Columbus. But it returns to shelves more frequently than some of the ones that have been just one and done, here today, gone tomorrow. For example, the last round of Baja flavors, like the Baja, whatever the two were, they were around for a few months and then they were gone. But yeah, Game Fuel is a recurring flavor. That would be a good way to put it. A recurring flavor. So yeah, let's go ahead and, well, here's the thing. I thought today we would put a game of Doom on in the background. Doom kind of sounds like Mountain Dew. Mountain Doom. Bit of a stretch, but I think you'll forgive me for it, right? Yeah, so I'm going to try to play that over my shoulder as I review this Dew. I will have the sound on, but if it is too distracting, then I'll probably turn it down. Let's start a new game, single player. This is the PS4 port of Doom that came out a few years ago. We will play the Shores of Hell chapter, probably on an easier difficulty, so it's at least somewhat manageable. So here we are, up and running. I may frequently turn around to make sure I'm doing things properly, but also kind of have to remember the controls. Let's see, this is shoot. And I think it reloads on its own. I can't really see much on my phone screen. Something just happened there. Is that an enemy? Well, I'm getting hurt. Something's happening. Oh. Stop. Oh. This is, oh, there's somebody. Okay, I forgot. If I'm facing my phone, looking at the reflection of this... Yeah, so if I move my joystick right, thinking that I'm turning right, I'm actually going to go left, and vice versa. Yeah. So I'm not sure how many enemies I'll actually be able to fight in the background, but we will find out soon. We'll be lucky if I even encounter one at this rate. But anyway, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, Citrus Blackberry. I'm going to crack it open before we get too far into this level. And let's go in for a whiff while I walk around in the Doom universe here. Of course, I said whiff and I took a taste right off the bat. I'm kind of not focusing on two tasks very well, but okay. Definitely get the citrus, and I get the blackberry. The raspberry is kind of shoved into the background, but it's not bad. I just picked up something there. I'm not sure what it was. In addition to being mirrored, the behavior on screen here is very hard to see on my tiny phone. I have a pretty old phone, guys. I discovered that today, or rather I was reminded of that fact when someone at a game store invited me to like his Facebook page by using a QR code. And I had to confess that I have no idea how to use that on my phone. Yeah, I can't really navigate like this. But this isn't really why you tuned in the first place, right? So let me go back to talking about Mountain Dew while I walk around aimlessly. We'll go ahead and try to run it through the fart test while I work on finding an enemy to shoot. So just shoot the wall in the meantime. Take that, wall. How dare you be so flat and pixelated. Yeah. Maybe next time you'll think twice about existing. So, this flavor of Game Fuel reminds me of the... Boy, you guys remember Juicy Juice as kids? Were you ever hooked on that stuff? It was heavily promoted by the Arthur TV show in the commercials after the program.
This program is made possible in part by a grant from Libby's Juicy Juice. Juicy Juice. 100% juice for 100% kids.
But very basic, not a whole lot of personality juice. But I keep picking stuff up, but I have no one to use it on. Yeah, though, the most basic Juicy Juice was some cocktail of berries. That's kind of what this tastes like. Not really on par with my expectations, unfortunately. I've actually heard some pretty rave reviews about this one. Mountain Dew has put out quite a few purple colored dews. There's a berry one I remember from, boy, about 10 years ago, which was kind of unusual and actually not really that great. But it kind of grew on me. I could see this growing on me, but for now it does not live up to Pitch Black even remotely. Or for that matter, the Mystic Punch in more recent memory. If I'm being honest, the flavor of that is growing kind of hazy on me now. This is technically blackberry, raspberry, and probably lemon combined. And sorry there's not anything more interesting. Oh, look, I found is that a button? What is that? Oh, what's the action button? Hold on, I gotta... Where'd that go? Where are you? I just saw you. There you are. Okay, I activated something. What did that do? Did that make an enemy finally appear? Nope. Hey, look, armor for the combat I'm not finding. But yeah, this flavor is not really wowing me. Let me, I am kind of selling it short by trying to focus on two things at once. Let me see. Yeah, the mixture of blackberry and raspberry, I think, is not giving the blackberry enough of a chance to really shine there, because there have been raspberry incorporated dews already, several. The blue raspberry voltage being my personal favorite by far. This is more, I guess I don't know how I feel about blackberry as a fruit in general, because I've had, a blackberry Gatorade many, many years ago. Now I'm talking like 20 years ago. That was quite good. That was called Midnight Thunder. That really made me think that blackberry was better than it was. But when it comes to just like basic blackberry flavor, I'm not sure it's really a fruit that I enjoy all that much. Same with blueberry. I really don't enjoy just like normal blueberries. They got to be modified in some way. Like blueberry pie, you got more sugar, you got various other ingredients to kind of bring out the potential of the blueberry. Muffins, I love blueberry muffins, huge fan. But at least if we're pairing blackberry with another berry, I'm really not loving it. And I cannot find a single enemy. Hold on. Oh, I can walk through here, can't I? Or is that the starting point? That is the starting point. Where is all the action, guys? It's not up that staircase. Is it around this corner? Here we go. There's got to be someone through here. Here's a guy. How you doing? And I killed him. And now we're back to having no one around. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh, you hurt me. Oh, now we got projectiles. Okay, so interesting thing about the 1993 Doom is that you do not actually move the crosshairs up and down like contemporary games. It's all on one axis, so if I shoot straight, I'm shooting everything in the range of up to the ceiling to the floor. So elevation doesn't actually really play a role. Hey, why don't we walk through some acid just to say that we lived a little? Ouch. No, but it seems relevant to walk through acid while I'm drinking flavored acid, right? Okay, now I'm actually stuck on a wall. Hold on. Get away from there. Stop. Alright, yeah, it's all fun and games until I actually can't get out of the acid. Alright, let's take a pause from this pulse-pounding action to discuss the fart scale. Flavor. Guys, it's not going to be very high on this one, I don't think. Yeah, man, if I'm being real, weakest do in a while. Which is really saying something, too, because it's about 3:30 p.m. right now. I waited till this point in the day to have my first dew of the day. I was ready. I was ready for a dew to enter my system. I was excited. And this one is just not really doing my craving justice. Man. I hesitate to go even higher than a 7 at this time. Which is crazy. Because I rarely rate to do anything below like an 8.5 minimum. But this feels like a 7. Maybe 7.2 at the very highest. Yeah, boy. I'm sorry, Mountain Dew. I'm not really not connecting with the purple game fuel here. Which is unfortunate because it's not been that hard to find, like some. Found it pretty quick this time, actually. Yeah, let's go 7 for now. Room for improvement, certainly, but yeah, it's just not clicking. Not clicking. Moving on to the A. The A in fart is going to be the art. Nothing much going on here except for a couple World of Warcraft characters I know nothing about. Looks like we got some kind of like elf woman over here. Similar situation on the other side. It's not really getting onto my camera very well there, but trust me, they're there. Not a World of Warcraft player myself. Pretty much any online gaming I shy away from. Which isn't necessarily fair to some of the better games you can only play on the internet, but it's just... I'm thinking like years down the road when I'm looking at my game collection, trying to prioritize things that will forever be available on disc as well as supported in some capacity. If I want to play them at age, I don't know, add a few decades to my age now. I'm 33 right now. Could I still play this version of World of Warcraft in the year 2070? I'm assuming not, assuming the globe has not been blown up by then. But yeah, the art, I don't really care about the IP here. Art's going to be a pretty weak 4 for me, I think. 4.5, I guess. The devious elf girls are okay looking if you're into that sort of thing. I wouldn't say I am, but let's go 4.5 on the A for the art. Repeatability probably gets the highest rating just because I'm not a big fan of it now, but I got more cans to go through, so we're going to drink those. I would love to see it get better, but it's not really like some of my more favored concept albums, records from the past, like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, or any kind of more complex progressive rock album where at first you're like, okay, there's something here, maybe I'll listen some more, and then it matures into something mind-blowing. I don't see this getting to that point. Really, the highest I could see it getting would be like mid-7 range, maybe higher toward the 8. But the Berry Medley is just not one of the more inspired things that Mountain Dew has put out in recent memory. So yeah, repeatability, I'll at least give an 8. We got to give it a fair shake to develop over a few more sips and cans, but the potential's not there. I don't taste it. Maybe it'll surprise me, and I'm open to that happening, but I don't see that being likely. As for the title, Game Fuel, what do they call it? Game Fuel Citrus Blackberry. They don't have a lot of room for creativity when it comes to the Game Fuel flavors because the Game Fuel brand is already like the heading. Now, Baja Blast, they'll occasionally toss in something like Laguna Lemonade or Point Break Punch, and they kind of add some more personality to it in that sense. But Game Fuel has usually been pretty straightforward in their titles, and this is no exception. Now, to me, that seems kind of like a missed opportunity to tie in the World of Warcraft universe in some way. Maybe call it like Goblin Grenade Blast or something dumb. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know anything about World of Warcraft, but at least with the Batman Mountain Dew they put out a few years ago, the Dark Berry, they at least threw the word dark in there. That was something they were trying. Can I go through here? I think I can. This is probably where I came from. Yeah, that's the starting area. Alright, well, we'll hop around in the blue stuff here for a sec. Yeah, so titles, nothing special. We'll maybe give that a 6, I guess. I do like that they've kind of carved out a lineup of dews just for the purpose of getting people into the gaming mindset. Got your Doritos, got your special Mountain Dew, and you're good to go. In theory, anyway. But yeah, we'll give the title a 6. All right, well, tell you what, guys. I ended up transferring some large files from my phone to my computer in order to clear up more filming space, which most modern phones don't probably have to do very often, but this phone is pretty ancient. So I had a few more things I wanted to cover real quick before I end this video. One of those being this acquisition of mine from an FYE store at Tuttle Mall today. It is the foreign exclusive Dew, Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Blue. And some places abroad, I think you can also get something called Blue Shock, which is available at some U.S. Gas stations as a Slurpee flavor, but not as a bottled or canned flavor. And I think this Zero Sugar Blue is the healthier version of that. If you saw the $9.99 price tag, that is because it's not cheap to get over here. And FYE has to justify bringing it there in the first place. So I'm not really into the zero sugar stuff necessarily, but bought it for my dad to drink, and he's going to let me have a few sips so I can have a verdict on it at least. So that's something. Let's return to the living room now as you enjoy this extremely flattering angle of my head. And maybe I'll give you a better view real quick of the Game Fuel, because it seems like if my camera is elevated, then you can see it better. Of course, I have to rotate it without dropping it on the carpet. There's your elf girl, or whatever the heck she is. Feel free to correct me in the comments. There's another one over here. Sexy.